In a world of endless noise, one sound cuts through. GC Radio Hub. Your world, your sound. Imagine your favorite voices following you everywhere. From your smartphone to your car, your smart TV, even your virtual assistant. GC Radio Hub connects you to a universe of content. Check out our wonderful interviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, live music shows and podcasts. All at your fingertips. Android TV, Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick TV. We're there wherever you are, because the only way to stay connected is to get connected. Download the GC Radio Hub app today and let your world come alive.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing out there? This is your cousin Chief at GC Radio, also Square Magazine. Today is the day, man. I have a wonderful guest today with me, the one and only legendary Macon. Schroeder is in the building. First of all, I'd like to say thank you, Dana, for joining us today, and we got to give you appreciate you coming in.
Well, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
And do me a favor, bro. Tell us a little bit about you, man. Where did you grow up at? Where you from?
I'm from Chestermere. I grew up in a city called Chestermere in Calgary. Um, and yeah, I basically I got started in boxing when I was about 7 years old. I was being racially bullied in school, so my dad thought it would be a good idea for him to put me in the sport.
So you said you got bullied. You was bullied, and your father said, "Okay, I'm gonna teach him some boxing, maybe get some self defense." Well, do me a favor, man. Let's go down memory lane. What was it like the first time you went into the gym and just sprawled around? No skills, no training. What was it like the first time you put on your gloves?
It's funny, man, because as soon as I joined this gym, there was a little girl over there that would like put it on me. She would beat my ass every day for the first couple of months, and it was embarrassing. Like I felt even more embarrassed than getting picked on in school, right? So
You met
my
Clarissa
dad,
Shields, and she was putting it on you, huh?
oh yeah, she was putting it on me, all right. She definitely had a little bit more experience than me, so she just took full advantage of it and just beat me, man.
So what was it like? Did you want to quit, or your father like, no, you got to stick with it? I mean, what was the motivation to stick with it? You went from
Um,
bullying to this girl was skillful boxer to give you the skibbity paps. What was
Yeah,
it like?
honestly, I did want to quit. I'd go home and I'd hear it from my dad again, like, you're getting beat by a girl now. Like, what is wrong with you? And then basically, I was big into video games and I used to play Fight Night a lot, Fight Night Round Two. And something about the analog and the head movement made me want to move my head more. I used to get on with Roy Jones Jr. and move the head in the video game. And I came back to the gym after, I don't know, a couple months of getting my ass beat by her, and I put it on her.
Like, okay, he gets it. He gets it.
Yeah, yeah,
you know, I was athlete, man. I played football, rugby. Tried to play basketball. I wasn't that great. Did the shot put and the discus and wrestled. But there's nothing like boxing, man. It's an individual sport. You can be on a boxing team, but when you get in the ring, there's no coach, there's no assistants. It's you and how well you did the assignment. How disciplined you were and prepared yourself. And I love the fact that no matter what training or record that you have on box racks, you equal when you get in the ring. Two men, two women, two pair of gloves, and a mouthpiece. I mean, it's equal, all based on preparation, readiness, and the heart. I always say that, it's not the size of the dog and the bark, the size of the bark and the dog.
yeah.
And that dog, they bring it out you when you get in the ring if you ain't prepared, man.
It does,
You can
100%.
get you can give it a skibbity pap so you can collect them.
Yeah, there you go.
So what was it like after you got the fundamentals down and the head moving and you got the coordination, the bounce, and you're ready, and you got bully number two after you, and when you had your first amateur fight, what was
My first amateur fight, obviously I was nervous. I felt a feeling that I never felt before, and it's the same feeling I feel today, the same empty and scared feeling, But I got in there and I did my thing. I just uh, put my hands up, chin down, and started moving my head just the same way I did against, the little girl, and got my first win.
Your first amateur fight, you had a win?
Yeah, 100%.
Wow. What did it feel like, man? You come in, you win, TKO or the decision, and you look back at your coach and they think about this little boy getting his ass kicked by this little girl. And now look at him, he's beating her up and everybody else in his way. What was that like, man?
Full of emotions, man. I remember running back to my dad in tears, actually. It's just a surreal feeling. Because I had so much doubt going into the fight. Could I do this? Am I gonna win? Am I gonna get hurt? There's so many thoughts running in my brain. And as soon as I got my hand raised, everything just came out of me and started crying, ran back to my pops, gave him a hug, and um, it's just a feeling I can't explain.
So how long did you fight as an amateur?
Um, Up until I was 20, no, 21. Up until I was 21, I was amateur.
13 years? Some 7
Yeah, 13 years, yeah.
Now answer this, man. Now that you have discipline, you got poise, you have confidence, and you're not getting bullied no more, I'm sure, because after they heard that you done knocked somebody out in the ring, they're like, I ain't messing with him. He got hands. He got hands. What was it like as a kid growing up, knowing that you can actually defend yourself now? I mean, they say with great powers come great responsibility. Did that make you more disciplined? Or you start bullying the bullies now, or I mean, what was it like? Because it's like you had a new superpower.
100%, man. More discipline for sure. I went back to school with two siblings behind me that were also in the sport. And I wasn't more so bullying the bullies, but I was just the protector of my younger siblings. I made sure that no one was picking on them or anything like that because I didn't want them feeling how I felt when I was younger. So I made sure I looked out for them and maybe even my friends too, so that they never got into some serious trouble.
I mean, now, showing that you have what it takes and not giving up, like you said, running a boxing to learn to defend yourself, and then having a girl be your personalized trainer, um, insisting not to quit, not to give up. Did that spill over to your regular life, like with school and everything else? That discipline. Did it help shape and mold you to where you are now, or did it any?
My discipline, when I got into the sport, I really just kind of forgot about school because I fell in love with the sport, and it's really all I wanted to do. I never had a plan B coming out of school. I never really paid attention because all I wanted to do was become a world champion. That's all I want to do is just become a world champion and make boxing my full-time thing. So I never, straight out of school, I just went to the gym and grinded. And, my weekends consisted of sparring and then watching the Saturday night fights, top rank, matchroom, whatever it was going on. Um, but yeah, discipline throughout my whole life is just, I could never stay away from the gym.
Cool. I mean, reason I was asking because a lot of time we come across things that are very difficult. We got something to motivate us, and it seems like boxing is your motivation. Like you said, there is no plan B. It's a nothing. This when you get in the trenches, you're like, hey, this is my goal. This is my thing. That's like your anchor to keep you. So with that in mind, who's your trainer? I mean, where are you training at?
For the first bit of my career, it was my father. And then me and him had a little falling out. I went back to an old gym that I used to train at when I was younger called Olympus Boxing. And I have a couple of coaches now that, just form a circle around me and give all their input, and train me one on one from time to time. And yeah, now I just have a family at Olympus Boxing with a handful of coaches.
So your father's still in your corner helping you out, or you have other coaches who assist him at all, or he's just
Yeah, my dad's sort of on the sideline, just nagging at me about what I'm doing or just sending me random reels to try in the gym. But yeah, I just have a whole different group of trainers now that I can trust and put my all into.
So now that let me paint the picture for our audience in case they're not paying attention. Gentleman came in the boxing, you know, to defend himself around school, but he had a teacher that was a female, and she was perhaps after several months of training, he got it, and he successfully started giving her the skilled paps and battle as an amateur. Did that for several years, and now he's a professional. Now, when you stepped in the ring as a professional for the first time, did you feel anything different than your first amateur fight or your first time sparring, period, or was it the same?
Definitely a big change. I was always told in throughout my amateur career that I will be a good professional boxer just based off of output, based off of I'd always get called for putting my head low, because they don't really like that in the amateurs. My head movement was a big problem in the amateurs for sure. I'd get points taken away and all that. So as soon as I stepped into the pro game, I felt at home really. I had more time. I had smaller gloves. I had no headgear. Everything really just fell into place for me as soon as I stepped into the pros.
Now, when you're talking smaller gloves, people got to understand. So you feeling more knuckle. So if you catching these, you catching these. You ain't catching the pad. What ounces are you fighting as a professional now?
I'm fighting in 8 ounces. And let me tell you, they don't feel like regular 8 ounces. They feel like oven mitts, man.
So amateurs like what, 10, 12 or 14 ounce
They're
gloves?
they're they're 10 ounces, but they're really stiff. You can barely close your hand.
With the 8 ounces and the tape, boy, you taking a pounding when you getting pounded.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, also come a professional compared to the competition as an amateur. Do you feel that the competition criteria is like a step up, like the competition is more fierce and more readiness, or you feel that it was just about the same as an amateur? Everybody just came up together.
Honestly, I feel like I have harder fights so far in the amateurs, just because we're doing this thing where we build my record up in the beginning, and now we're looking for tougher fights. And honestly, I've had a lot of offers since December that I've said yes to, and then they get back and turn it down. So, um, it's really based off people just ducking me, if I were to be honest.
I hate that. There's a couple fighters I hear and that I know of that have good skills and have the heart, and a lot of people are dodging fights these days. I remember when Tyson was in there, man, he was fighting like every 4 months. Now people fight like every other year, like every leap year, every 4 years. They want to hold on to the belt forever. You
Yeah.
got to defend that puppy, man. You got to defend it. You can't hold on to it forever. Um, I'm gonna take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back with more Dalen and talk about his career as a professional and what's more to come. We'll be right back after these messages. And we back with more Dalen talking about professional boxing as he's moving on in his career. Dalen, it was a pleasure to have you here, and I'm thankful for you sharing your journey with us today. So, as we left off before into the commercial break, you described that the fights that you had as an amateur was a little bit harder, and it seems like in the professional arena, a lot of people are playing dutching and diving. You know, they dodging attempts and dodging your the ring, defend a spot so you can advance and move up. Um, that your tape and saying, I don't want to catch these skibbity paps, or uh, is it a pay thing, or what do you think of people dodging? What do you think people are dodging your fights?
I just feel like right now, uh, with the Floyd effect happening, everyone wants to keep their O, and I feel like uh, when these guys take the loss, they think that they won't get onto those high level stages again to, possibly get a championship fight or whatever after taking a loss.
Um, Answer this: what advice do you have to give fighters that wants to start fighting or get into the arena? You know, you had your own reason why you got into it and you fell in love with it. What advice do you give a young person wanting to get in the boxing arena now?
If you just find it in you to drive to your nearest boxing gym and sign up. You may like it. Just hit the bag a little bit, maybe talk to a trainer or whatever. See what they have in store, what they can teach you, what they can do for you in terms of getting you amateur fights. It could be your thing. Definitely take
And
take
I'm
that
not,
take that risk.
then I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'll challenge you to a boxing match, but it only gonna be on We Fit. I'm not getting in the ring with you. This is on the We Fit.
Hey
He's like,
man,
hey, I don't care, big
you
boy.
know
Get in the
me.
ring, get in the ring. Oh,
You
We
know
Fit,
me. I don't
We
dodge.
Fit. Cool. So tell us, what was one of your hardest fights as a professional? Like, who did you go against, and how did you prepare, and how did you adjust throughout the fight?
Hardest fight as a professional. Um, Honestly, this one's a little bit weird, but my last fight in Colombia, just because of the heat, we were fighting outside in the on the street, and it was pretty hot outside. And I hit this guy a couple times clean, and he just wouldn't go down. And then it went to the third round. I hit him with a body shot, and as he was going down, I smoked him with a left hook upstairs because I didn't want him getting back up. It was just too hot outside.
So in that element, you had to not only just prepare for whatever footage you have of him, but you had to prepare for the heat. You know, how long did you have to train out there for the fight?
How long did I prepare for the fight?
How long did you get to train in that element? How many days ahead did you go before the fight to like
Oh,
train in that climate?
I landed the day of the weigh-ins, so I didn't have much time to adjust to the weather or anything.
It was going to be an outdoor fight.
Um, no, I assumed, but you never know with those Colombia fights and Mexico fights.
Wow. So when's your next fight schedule? Do you have one on the board now, or you guys still looking for opponents? Or
No, I'm scheduled on the biggest promotion in Canada, Eye of the Tiger Boxing, September 4th versus one of their boys, one of their fighters.
definitely had to get coverage of that and get a sneak peek of that. You know, at Square Ring Magazine, man, we take pride of being a networking entity of boxing. So we try to connect the dots. We get the little guys all together and create our own ecosystem, because boxing is one of those um, you in or you out. There's no in between. There's no like concern where people could go to find out about it. Either you get in or you out. You know, the gates are closed, and we want to be that entity to open the gates for everybody. If you want to be a ring announcer, a ring girl, or trainer, or have your own gym, or design the costumes for the boxers, we want to bring all that under one umbrella at Square Ring Magazine and have a networking entity. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff on different platforms. We're going to have our yearly conference coming up real soon. It's the first year. Love to have you to come to the conference, man, or even on the podcast show that we're going to be doing on Clubhouse. You know, we have a Clubhouse when we come in and we have fighters that talk, inspire young fighters that in the making or fighters thinking about quitting. To challenge them to dig down inside themselves and add to the sport or lead the sport. Be another part of the sport. Maybe fight's not for you. You need to be a trainer or maybe go open a gym or whatever it is to keep it going and put. So we'd love to have you to do some of that with us.
Yeah, man, 100%. Let's do it. I love this.
So right now, you said if it wasn't fighting, you have no plan B. What would you do if you couldn't fight tomorrow? It's got to be something you do. What would you do if you couldn't fight tomorrow?
I don't know, man. Honestly, just pick up a trade and live my life out until, whatever. I picked up fishing recently, so maybe I'll just go fish all day or something.
What about training? You don't want to transfer those skills to somebody else and build some more careers?
I don't know. I don't know about training anyone. I feel like you're either a really good fighter or you're either a really good trainer, or I could be wrong, but not as it's not for me, man. Maybe my brother and sister if they're still in it, but other than that, no, probably not.
I respect that, man. When I got done with football, I was done. My knee got bad and everything got old. I was like, I'm done. I walked away with dignity and pride, and I did what I did when I could, and I have no regrets. But some people have regrets because they didn't give it their all. Say, we wish they go out there again or go out there and listen to other hard you're gonna get hurt. So long as in your heart, man, and it's your desire, not somebody. You do the case. When you go out there half not your will, subject to get hurt. And as you know, you can catch some skibbity pops and get really hurt,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like you said, with 8 ounce gloves, they have to be we fit for me, but that's serious. So boxing right now in Canada, how often do you get to fight as a professional? You told me you fought over 7 8 years as a amateur, but how often do you get to fight as a professional?
Right now it's a little bit harder. We have to set up our own shows or set up our own fights overseas. We're not really I'm not really exposed in the boxing game yet. I mean, as of September I will be. I feel like that's a big platform for me. So, um, I'm on 2 fights in 2025, which I'd like to be more active than that. I know a lot of upcoming prospects fight 4 or 5 times or 5 times a year, and, I'd love to do that, but it's just, a little bit harder right now. I feel like we don't have, the platform for it in Calgary, at least. Not a lot of people come out to shows. We try our hardest to sell tickets and push tables, but it just doesn't happen. I don't I feel like, we don't have a big boxing fan base out here, or maybe I just need to make more noise.
Well, we're definitely going to help you push, man, on our platform and get you out there. We have a strong radio station who we piggyback off of. It's in 132 different countries and have a huge network. And that's why we have Powered by GC Radio. That's the radio station work that give us our luster and helping us build Schroeder Magazine. So we definitely help push your career through there and help you get on a little bit better. One of the things I want to know is how's it like fighting in the United States? Is it hard to get fights in the United States? I'm hearing you saying Colombia and Mexico. How difficult is the fight in the US?
I haven't fought as a professional in the US yet, but I fought as an amateur. Um, like I said, I've got plenty of offers since December, which I've said yes to all 4, and they were all from the United States, but, they just got back and said, "Never mind," or not yet, it's too soon, this or that. I'm actually on a Facebook page where they post their fights, New Mexico, San Antonio, Baltimore even. I've messaged multiple matchmakers asking for the fight that they posted, and they either ghost or get back to me saying that they don't want this fight.
That's bad when you can't get a fight because you're too good. I mean, what do they want you to be a bus and come down and lay down?
Yeah,
It's a
that's
victory.
exactly what they want, I actually there's some offers that come up saying, like, "You must lose," in brackets, or it's really weird, this fight game, this page, it says, "B-side fighter, you cannot knock our opponent, our fighter out, or, you cannot win," or something like that. It's super weird.
It's bad enough to be on the B side. Now you're trying to tell me I don't have a chance to win, that I can't win
at
when I
all.
can. That's
Yeah,
crazy. That is weird.
yeah.
I know that really existed. That mad crazy. What is your record as a professional fighter now?
I'm 6-0 at, with 4 KOs.
Ooh, man, that's a good record, bro. No wonder they dodging you, dog. they
Yeah.
don't want to be number 7
No,
or the 5th KO. I mean, that's a good record, bro. Have
thanks,
you
man.
have you have you fought in any champion for any titles like the UBO or the ABA or anything like that? ABF?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Have you,
Looking to get
have you,
a little Canadian strap this year or something like that. I'm definitely looking to get strapped up in the next couple months.
I know the ABF have a lot of different belts. They have the Continental belt and the National belt, and have a couple of belts in the United States. It might be worth looking at you guys looking at the ABF a couple of matches there. They have a lot of fights, man. I think over the last 3 years, they out of all the sanctioning bodies, they have more title fights than any other organization. UBO is starting to have a lot more now. They've had a huge amount of title fights, man, and I'm looking to. I'd love to see a couple of those belts around your shoulder, man.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see what's on the horizon after September 4th. It will be my first fight that's broadcasted on television, so I'm looking forward to make some noise and show people what I'm about.
Man, can you share your social media or website so our fans can embrace you and follow you and become your fans as well?
Yeah, for sure. It's my Instagram is Dylan the Shark underscore S. Basically, if you search Dylan the Shark anywhere, you'll find me.
That's on all platforms on Facebook, IG, TikTok,
Yep.
Next. Okay, cool. So that's good. You can find him, Dylan the Shark, on all platforms. So some people go out there and I'm Dylan the Shark here, I'm little Ray Ray over here. You gotta, like just have one name on all platforms, man. Make it simple for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. So is there anything that we didn't cover you'd like to highlight or cover before we wrap this up?
No, man, other than, like I said, I'm looking forward to having my come out fight September 4th. Make sure y'all tune into that. I'm really gonna put a stamp on this one and make sure you guys know that I'm really about it in this game. So I'm coming.
What's that date again?
September 4th.
Before we're gonna definitely get you on the radio station, man, and we got a lot of fans out there in Canada to hear about it, and we'll put it on the morning show to let them know, hey, to stay tuned, it's coming out, get your tickets, come out and support, make sure y'all tap in, watch Dylan get his opportunity. Is this a title fight or just another bout for you?
Just another bout for me, but it's my first B side on a big stage. I have the Tiger Promotions.
Excellent, excellent. I hope Tiger Promotions see the warrior you are, bro, and open the doors for you. And you're more than welcome to come to us in our clubhouse and our other conferences, man. We'd love to have you and your expertise to enlighten some of the people in boxing, the sports, and the young champions in the making, or young, inspiring champions in the making about not giving up and sticking with the sport. Dylan, I'd like to thank you for coming today, and I appreciate you again. And one last time, give them your social media so they can tap in and follow you on social media.
Yeah, man. Dylan the Shark underscore S.
For those that tapping in, I hope we leave you better receive it, a smile on your face and grace, and anywhere you go. You can always download the GC Radio Hub app. GC Radio Hub is GC Radio HUBs on the iPhone and the Android platform. If you don't want to go there, you can go to GCRADIOHUB.com. We will have Dylan's interview there. Dylan's interview can also be listed here on Squaring Magazine. It'll be the next issue of Squaring Magazine. And then not only there, we'll also plug it in to our Apple Podcast and our iHeartRadio channel. Dylan, again, my brother, thank you so much for coming in and let us monopolize part of your day. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, man.
In a world of endless noise, one sound cuts through. GC Radio Hub. Your world, your sound. Imagine your favorite voices following you everywhere. From your smartphone to your car, your smart TV, even your virtual assistant. GC Radio Hub connects you to a universe of content. Check out our wonderful interviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, live music shows and podcasts. All at your fingertips. Android TV, Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick TV. We're there wherever you are, because the only way to stay connected is to get connected. Download the GC Radio Hub app today and let your world